And here we are with another unboxing. Today we are going through an order that I had purchased from MTB. Great big box. And as I've talked about in previous videos, that they have mystery boxes for just about anything, different kind of lures, different kind of seasons, and different kinds of fish, all kinds of stuff. So I've gone around and I've got them to pick out one of each featured lure. That's a mystery worm, a mystery buzzbait, a mystery topwater, a mystery hollow body frog, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go through them really quickly with you because there's quite a few. There's about 18 products here, and some of their featured items that they're also kind of almost just sweeping off the shelves right now to get into the newer stuff. So I picked up some of that stuff too that was on for pretty cheap. So they're always good for that. Here we are with the two live target yearling baits that I've always wanted. They're really good crankbaits. There's ones with sound and ones without sound. So when you go through different fishing styles, when you're doing crankbaiting, sometimes the sound is good with the little BBs, and sometimes without sound is even better because it gets some of those fish around the cities and city waters and the more pressured bodies of water to get them to bite. So here is the smallest one. So I don't know if you could hear that. There's BBs in this one here. So good, really good size for catching fish around the pressured areas around here. And there's the bigger one there. This one here does not have any sound, which is really nice. I like them in this size here without the BBs in them. They just seem to slay fish around this area when it comes to pressured waters. Next up, we've got the Strike Pro Sparrow. That is this guy right here. Now, this one here's got a really loud thumping BB sound inside it, and I find that these are really good up with rock piles when you're fishing around lake areas. So and piers, docks, all that kind of stuff. These are really good to use around that areas to pick up some pretty big fish. We've got the Strike Pro Montero. That's this guy right here. Now, I really wanted to pick this one up because the last time I had one of these here, a bit of an archback jerkbait, it was really doing well during early this spring when it came to fishing through the shad piles. And when it comes to fall fishing, again, you're going to be running through the shad, so this right here is going to be just killer. And we've got the Strike Pro Archback. Right here. Another good jerkbait for the fall and early spring seasons, and sometimes you can catch me even throwing these in the dead of winter. A 3/4 ounce PB&J heavy metal punch ring. You saw one of these in my last MTB Pro unboxing. I really like the one that I got in that one. I wanted to mix it up with a different color, and I really like this PB&J color. And I picked up another one. It's a great product. Then we've got the CatchGo Wrecking Cross. Once again, another one that you found in my MTB Pro box the last month, and to to be quite honest, when it comes to punching rigs and weightless Texas rigs, these Wrecking Cross here are almost like Sankos. I always have some. I always want more colors of them, and they just seem to slay fish. So I also picked up another one of these because they're just great to have. Then we have the CatchGo swimming grubs. An interesting looking swimming grub. I find this to be more of a, even though it's not ribbed, I find it more like almost a ribbed swim bait. So it should be interesting to see what one of these do during the fall season. I'm gonna try this during the fall, up and down the banks, and see if I can catch some fish looking at some shad. Then we have the Northlands Tackle Impulse Core Swim Bait. This here again reminds me of those ribbed paddle tail swim baits, and they're great during this time of year. Just weightless Texas rig them, rip them across the banks, and they've got those new EWG hooks now with the underspin. Those are really good to put it on there and just rip those down and up and down the banks if you're bank fishing. If you're fishing on a boat, then just make sure you're hitting the schools of shad, and you're gonna get nailed with one of these. And we have, now we're getting into the mystery items. So what that means is there's a category. So in this case, it's a mystery buzzbait. So they've sent me a featured buzzbait. That there is their featured buzzbait. Very interesting lure. It's it almost looks like it's a buzzbait with a jig head on the back, and it actually has a another very small blade as what looks to be a trailer for the hook. So I don't know if you can see that right there. There's an underspin, or it looks like a bit of an underspin, but it's a trailer blade for the back hook on there. So that'll be interesting. It's got a bit of a weight to it, so it's definitely going to be a fast-moving buzzbait. But this will be interesting to use. And we've also got the mystery grub. And they sent me these Evolve Vibrex grubs. Very interesting, actually. If you've ever been to a fish store, it almost reminds me of a little knife fish. They almost look like little knife fish. So those will be interesting to learn how to rig up and see what kind of fish you can catch with these. Then we have the mystery hull-bodied frog. No surprise there, we've got a live target hollow-bodied frog. These are great. They slay it on the scum during all points of the year. So this was a good pick. And we've got the mystery shallow crankbait. That's this Sixth Sense. See if I can get you a better look at it here. There you go. So nice little bluegill sunfish pattern. This will be good during pretty much the spring. You can catch them still on this during the summer, but pretty good during the fall season as well. So this will be good. And we've got the mystery spinnerbait. The big skinny bear. I've been waiting to try something like this. These spinnerbaits I've heard a lot of good things about. This should be good. This color here should be really good during this time of the year, and I love also catching pike off of these things. So this is going to be great. good pick on that one. Mystery spoon. Now this is actually a pretty interesting one. This Freedom spoon has the mystery spoon. As you can see, there's actually 2 small treble hooks that are on this spoon, so it's actually got a bit of weight to it. But I'm actually pretty interested to see what the fluttering action is with this, and how good the hookups are with those little treble hooks. So this will be interesting to use. I might use this on some smallmouth in the rivers around here. Mystery topwater. We got this Cavatron spinnerbait, or Buzzbait, the slowest Buzzbait ever. So apparently the holes that are in the blade on this Buzzbait here are supposed to make it so that you could drift this thing slowly across the top of the water instead of having to really burn it back. So this will be interesting. We call it the Bleeding Series. It's got some red in it, some chartreuse colors. Be interesting to see what this does during this time of year. This should be the time of year for it to shine. And the mystery worms. Some big old 11-inch net baits. And these should be pretty good. I don't normally fish this big a worm around here, but I've got no problems doing it, and I feel like it's going to be a really fun challenge to knock out some big fish with these big worms. And another thing that I had added to the box, because we also have Chinook salmon up here, or king salmon up here, I also added a Nichols Lures, a giant spoon. Now I'm fishing in the middle of the Lake Ontario, and it is a very deep body of water, and deep water means deep diving spoons. And this is a monster. What a spoon. This is going to be a really good, interesting spoon to be using for some of those big king salmon. So that is interesting. 6.5 inches in its glory. That is going to be fun to use. And that is it. Those are the items that I've got in this box here. I will hopefully get to knocking out some fish and feature some of these in my videos further on. And for the rest of you, great time of year to get out there, start fishing. Go out and knock some fish down. This is a good time for catching possibly one of your PBs. Have fun, go fishing.